Sustaining lessons of Ramadan, Vice President Kashim Shettima implores Nigerians to embrace unity and peaceful coexistence. In pursuit of peace, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo visits families of Uromi tragedy. And on food security, federal government steps up irrigation projects across Nigeria. Hello and many thanks for joining us on the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. I am Chinenye Ngoyi. Families of victims of Uromi tragedy have joined Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf in commending the governor of Edo State, Monday Okpebholo's compassion and solidarity towards them. This was as the governor paid a condolence visit to Torankawa community in Bunkere local government area of Kano State. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
Torankawa, a community in Bunkure local government area of Kano State, is grappling with sorrow rather than celebration of this Eid al-Fitr season. The usual joy of the holiday has been overshadowed by a tragedy as 7 of their sons were among 16 travelers murdered in Uromi, Edo State, while on their way home to mark the festive occasion. Yet, Torankawa's grief is not one they bear alone. In a gesture of solidarity, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo visited the mourning families alongside his counterpart Abba Kabir Yusuf of Kano State. Governor Okpebholo, who addressed them in Hausa language, promised not only that justice would be served, but also that the affected families would receive the necessary assistance during this difficult time.
So far, 14 arrests have been made, and the suspects are in police custody. Everything will be okay, by the grace of God. Thank you very much.
The visit was appreciated by the community, with local leaders, including the Emir of Rano Muhammad Isa Umar, expressing their gratitude for the compassion. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
The Because of Our Tomorrow Booth Party has strongly condemned the Uromi tragedy, Edo State, that led to loss of lives of some hunters. In a statement from Booth Party National Chairman Sunday Adenuga, the party urges government to take immediate action to ensure that justice is served for the victims and their families. The Booth Party appeals that while the desire for swift justice is understandable, it is imperative that all measures remain within the boundaries of the law to prevent further erosion of civil order. The thoughts and prayers of the Booth Party, he says, are with the victims and their families at this time. And still on the Uromi killings, the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, CISLAC, has lauded the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, for his swift and decisive actions following the tragic killing of travelers in Uromi, Edo State on March 27, 2025. In a statement by the Executive Director of CISLAC, Awal Musa Rafsanjani, the organization expressed strong support for Governor Okpebholo's response after the horrific incident. The governor not only visited the bereaved families in Kano State to offer his condolences, but also assured them of his commitment to justice. As a civil society organization dedicated to promoting good governance, rule of law, and the protection of human rights, CISLAC strongly supports the governor's actions, especially the disbanding of unregulated vigilante groups that pose a serious threat to public safety and the rule of law. Vice President Kashim Shettima has urged Nigerians to embrace unity, peaceful coexistence and tolerance as key pillars for national progress, drawing from the lessons of Ramadan. He made the call in Maiduguri during a luncheon with Borno State elders and his schoolmates in celebration of Eid al-Fitr. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
Members of the highly revered Borno Elders Forum here to celebrate with Vice President Kashim Shettima for the successful end of Ramadan fast and also appreciate his role in advancing Nigeria's transformation under the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu. Vice President Kashim Shettima called on them to support the administration's ongoing economic reforms, assuring that the short-term difficulties will yield long-term benefits for the country. The Vice President, who spoke through the member representing Maiduguri Metropolitan Constituency at the House of Representatives, Abdul Qadir Rahis, said there was a need for continued harmony among citizens.
I wish also to say that we should all, at all times, maintain and build on this sense of unity, community, to our collective gain and progress as a people. May Almighty Allah protect the Vice President, our boss, our mentor, the good people of the State and Nigeria in general.
Vice President Shettima said President Tinubu remains committed to implementing policies that will create sustainable development, urging Nigerians to continue embodying the spiritual lessons gained during Ramadan as a pathway to national development. He enjoined the citizens of Borno State and Nigerians in general to always maintain threads of humility, communal living, and values, which he described as foundation for national progress. Chairman of the Borno State Elders Forum, Gambo Gubuyo, expressed appreciation for the Vice President's hospitality and assured him of continued prayers for success in his duties.
I want Nigerians to emulate him, Nigerians to give him the maximum cooperation as he deputizes his boss, His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, while urging all to put all hands on deck to pray for the lasting peaceful coexistence of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Extreme gentleman, of high, immense character. And we are all proud of him, and everybody is proud of him to see, like I said, the faces of the people that have attended this wonderful event.
Other stakeholders urged Nigerians to rally round President Tinubu, stressing the need for continued prayers and support towards the implementation of the administration's policies for the improvement of the economy and overall development of Nigeria. From Maiduguri, Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
The Kogi State government has described the allegation by suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan that the state governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has his predecessor Yahaya Bello and the Senate President Senator Godswill Akpabio should be held responsible if anything happens to her as a ploy to mislead the public. A statement by the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, says the suspended senator deliberately violated the ban on political gatherings imposed by the state government to maintain law and order. He says the state government will not allow any part of the state to go up in flames, nor permit killings of innocent souls by the actions of the suspended senator. Mr. Fanwo says she has since deleted the post on her verified Facebook page after realizing what the lie would cost her. The statement also states that disrespect for constituted authority has always been her trademark, as the recent disturbances in Kogi State, orchestrated by her defiance of the state's security directives, have further confirmed her status as a security threat to the people of the state. The government spokesperson says the state will not be blackmailed or intimidated by the antics of a desperate politician who has built her political career on falsehoods. He called on the security agencies to take note of her reckless utterances and inflammatory actions that pose a serious threat to peace and stability in the state, saying she should be held accountable for her blatant attempts to incite violence and cause unnecessary tension. He says Kogi State remains a peaceful state under the leadership of the Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo and will not allow anyone, regardless of status, to derail his commitment to peace, security, and progress. Peace advocates say there is a sense of urgency to establish peace-building structures at the local government level for sustainable peace in the country. They were speaking during a discussion on sacrificing for sustainable peace on Good Morning Nigeria. Ekemini Williams reports.
The approach of Africans to many issues is cooperative rather than competitive. It is the recent economic developments or economic models that brought in the issue of competition, and which we took it beyond what it is at the industrial or manufacturing level.
Discussing sacrificing for sustainable peace on Good Morning Nigeria. First, the peace advocates explained the concept of sacrifice from different perspectives and how it aligns with moral and spiritual obligation to promote peace.
The First Lady has sent us more than 3,000 different items to be given to the poor when she assumed leadership as the mother of the nation. Even her dressing now depicted that motherhood.
And there is no leader, that joy in the pain of its people. I think we need to make that very clear. But we are at a crossroad where that decision needs to be taken. And I think that is where leadership comes in. And we can see the level of gains in terms of the revenue profile, for the government of Nigeria, in terms of what the removal of subsidy have done and the leakages that has blocked.
They observed that sustainable peace can only be achieved through good governance and leadership. For this to be achieved, the peace advocates call for urgent institutional reforms.
Many states are coming on board to put up infrastructure for peace, but there are very few. We congratulate our state, which has just recently created its own peace-building agency. IMO has already done that. We urge many other states to join.
I think so many things are happening good in this country, but the institution that's supposed to amplify it is not doing it enough. So that young Nigerians will know, so you mean there are good things been happening here. So the National Agency has additional tax to ensure that those tiny stories of good things happening in Nigeria, I don't know whether I'll call it NTA, becomes the story Nigerians will hear. Because if they read social media and hear 10 bad stories, there should be 1, 2 other good stories that they will read, and it can change all the negative things.
They also advised parents to promote and uphold the Nigerian values and tradition for social cohesion. In Abuja, Ekemini Williams, NTA News.
Irrigation projects are being earmarked and work ongoing in the 36 states and the FCT to boost agricultural activities and ensure food security in Nigeria. Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, stated this while inspecting 3 ongoing projects on the 3,000 hectares of irrigable land in Makurdi, the Benue State capital. Charles Abba reports.
The 3 ongoing projects being inspected by the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, are irrigation channels, which is said is 90% completed, drip irrigation, 67% completed, and study and design of expansion of the irrigable land.
We have marked 1,200 for the one that is ongoing, the one that is both on study and design, and the one that are constructing the channels. Then the remaining 1,800, we have marked that one for the program that is coming up, which is called the Sustainable Power and Irrigation for Nigeria.
He explained that crops that are ready for harvest on the farm are maize, garden eggs, pepper, and beans.
When there's no water, no crop. When there's no crop, no food. When there's no food, no life. And when there's no life, no nation.
The minister indicated that among the several dams being embarked on, the Otuko multipurpose dam is being rehabilitated with plans to incorporate hydropower components to solve its water problem and others. Professor Utsev also flagged off a feeder road from Jingi to Kume in Buruku local government area and inaugurated a 1.5-kilometer access road for Ugondo community in Makurdi.
That will help our farmers to go to farms, to bring their inputs both to their homes for consumption and take it to market for sales.
He assured Nigerians that the projects which have been executed are to deliver on the promises of Mr. President to turn around the fortunes of the citizens. In Makurdi, Charles Abba, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We'll take a break here. There will be more reports when we return. Do stay.
Our major currency unit is the Naira, while the minor unit is the Kobo. They are both in notes and coins. The Naira is more than just a medium of exchange. It bears the images of our heroes. So, stop abusing the Naira. It is a criminal offense to spray the Naira at events. Stop stepping on the Naira. It's not your enemy. Do not squeeze, ruffle, or write on the Naira. Handling the Naira with dirty or oily hands can deface the Naira. Love the Naira as you love yourself. Be a real Nigerian.
This message was brought to you by the National Orientation Agency, NOA.
Many thanks for staying on. The leadership of the Governing All Progressives Congress, APC Edo State chapter, has called on the opposition PDP to tread with caution, especially on issues that pertain to security in the state, as Governor Monday Okpebholo is doing everything within the ambit of available resources to ensure democracy, rule of law, and fundamental human rights thrive. Chairman of the party, Emperor Jarrett Tenebe, said the alleged plot by the PDP to make Edo State ungovernable, using the recent happenings, particularly the Uromi massacre, as a blackmail for security failure, and urged them to desist from fanning the amber of confusion and chaos.
I call on security agencies to immediately arrest Tony Azegbemi and other PDP leaders involved in their treasonous act. Furthermore, I urge the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to liaise with embassies in countries where these PDP members reside and request their extradition for prosecution. Terrorism, a violent attack against the peace of our nation, cannot and will not be tolerated.
The party said their plan for the declaration of a state of emergency will not work because Governor Okpebholo is managing the state and putting the right infrastructure in place for the rebirth of the state. Hundreds of people in Ilesha, Osun State have benefited from a free eye care and vision screening program. The program was organized by a former High Commissioner to Australia, Ambassador Ayo Olukoni. Femi Aferiogun reports.
The elderly who had lived with blurry vision for years to young students struggling to read their books, Ambassador Ayo Olukani provided comprehensive eye tests, prescription glasses, and consultation with specialists for free for these people. The program initially targeted to cater for 70 people to celebrate former High Commissioner to Australia, Ambassador Ayo Olukani, at 70, was later made to accommodate more than 100 people from Ilesha.
A lot of people are losing their eyesight due to poverty, ignorance, and carelessness. You know, even if it is 10 people, you are able to identify and that they can do something in terms of early detection. So that was what inspired it, going back to my roots, to do a good cause, a good thing for the people.
Families and beneficiaries praised Ambassador Olukani's gesture towards his people.
This program is really very nice, especially for the old people.
This is fantastic. It's a very laudable project.
Be a new a culture we should adopt instead of just eating and drinking when you are celebrating.
Diseases are all over the place, so we don't have to wait for the government to do all these things. It's something we can do as an individual to impact life and to touch lives.
Olukani served as a diplomat in Nigeria's foreign service for 35 years. He was also the former Director General at Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA. From Ilesha in Osun State, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
As part of its commitment to grassroots empowerment, the Axis of Hope Initiative, a non-governmental organization, has provided financial support to women entrepreneurs in Abuja. The initiative, part of the Parents Connect 2.0 Mindset Shift program, aims to equip women with the skills and resources needed to achieve economic independence. Barrister Maxwell Mbudem, chairman of Axis of Hope Initiative, emphasized the transformative impact of empowering women.
we can make a meaningful contribution to the society is by empowering members of the society. And one of the aims and objectives of Assist of Hope is to empower vulnerable women who are the head of their families. Because someone believes that if you empower such women, automatically you have empowered their families. And today, we are demonstrating that because it's one of our aims and objectives.
Initiative continues its mission. Mbodem noted that it remains committed to fostering economic empowerment, self-reliance, and sustainability. This is the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. Let's take another look at our top stories. Sustaining lessons of Ramadan, Vice President Kashim Shettima implores Nigerians to embrace unity and peaceful coexistence. In pursuit of peace, Edo State Governor Monday Okpebolo visits families of Uromi tragedy. And on food security, federal government steps up irrigation projects across Nigeria.
This is NTA News 24.
Many thanks for staying on. Success in any ongoing project lies not only in momentary victories, but in the commitment to continuous progress, where each step builds the foundation for the next. This is what played out as the Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, DEPOA President Ohoho Musa inaugurated the Culinary Arts Center to offer practical skills like food preparation and nutrition, as well as training about food sustainability, local ingredients, and entrepreneurship. The center, according to DEPOA, is open to all for short courses to empower and provide career paths that aligns with passion.
They are going to be receiving their classes and lectures, and also for our culinary arts students from DEPOA Skill Acquisition Center. This is where they are going to also receive their training.
And I know a lot of people, a lot of students, people outside are going to benefit a lot from this place. Because a lot of people, because just this one might not be enough, but when we have more, it's going to help in different places.
This would be a life-changing opportunity to cultivate both their creativity and independence. And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTN News 24. Many thanks for watching. I am Chinenye Nwoye.